I had a lot of fascinating experiences in Europe. Anyway, ended up 6 weeks or more working in that camp in northern Italy. It's called Agape. It was run by a guy, a Waldensian, and he was a Italian chaplain and had seen a lot of battle in World War II, been a prisoner of war, seen a lot of death. He had a vision. He wanted to carve the face of Jesus Christ in the side of a mountain in Prali along the Catalian Alps, right along the French-Italian border, so that the youth of Europe would have a place to reconcile after 20 years of war. And he did it. I mean, he got some architects and he got some American money, and they gave him 5 minutes at the 1948 World Council of Churches meeting in Amsterdam to speak at a plenary session. And he described his vision of this youth camp, and he invited, and what people showed up from all over the world for the next, working there. They worked under a discipline for the next 10 years. It was all built by volunteer labor. Youth from all over the world, all over, that had been at the World Council meeting. All kinds of religions. And I was part of that. You had to agree to an hour of Bible study every day, 7 hours of work every day, eating together every day, and worshiping once a week at the end in communion. You had to agree to those 5 things. But we had Buddhists in there, we had primitive Hindus, we had all kinds of people, conservative religious people from America, a couple of others. We had every major conflict. We had youth from Catholic and Protestant from Northern Ireland working in this group of 40 people. I worked with 2 kids from East Berlin and 1 from West Berlin, Lutherans. 2 communists and 1 West Berliner. Really, all kinds of conflict. We had kids from Vietnam whose parents had been killed, working with French, whose fathers were in the French Foreign Legion and fought in Vietnam. I mean, we had people. Algeria was breaking away from France. We had a guy, a teacher, he was about 25, 26, lined up twice by the French Foreign Legion to be shot, but then reprieved. I mean, every major conflict almost on the face of the earth, at least that had happened over the last 20 years, could be represented in that group of people working under this agreed upon covenant and discipline. Building a road, some worked on dormitory rooms and so forth, building them. We worked on building a road. The boys did, most of the boys. But anyway, I spent there. That had a real profound influence. But I mean, the Agape was unique in the sense that it was built around the biblical passage that the ministry of reconciliation was the fundamental biblical principle they were trying to follow. Reconciliation between God and man, between humanity and the divine, and the reconciliation, or in his terms, was that the youth of Europe who would know a peace and an acceptance of each other that they had not known for a long time because of nation-state conflict. The ideas, the sense of spirituality of the whole camp, and that even though this group would argue over the Bible and other things a lot with each other, and the German that I worked with blamed America for all kinds of stuff, I remember. in Bible study, that everybody came together for communion and to work to build a place for people to, the unity of the work together. Yeah, which I guess that's what impressed me, was everybody shared this goal of reconciliation.